Hey Soul Tribe, how you doing? This is Marcia. You may have seen me floating around the internet a time or two. I am a featured reader over at Soulful Revolution with MJ. And I am also part of the Spiritual View, a collective of readers that have come from the certification with MJ. And we have formed a channel. So that would be my lovely, lovely ladies over at Spiritual View. Like I said, the Awakened Jen, Elizabeth at Two Truett. There's also Angie at, I think it's Live Love Tarot. We've got Dawn with Tarot and Astrology Alchemy. And of course, Sari, who is our Akashic Records. Um, I was going to say magician, but it's kind of escaping me in any event. But this is my first video of my standalone channel, Salty Mama Soul Tribe. So welcome in. Thank you for being here. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to tap into what we can expect in the week ahead. You know, when I was working a corporate job, Sundays were the worst. I mean, the case of the Sunday scaries, excuse me, as they say, and what was going to unfold for the week ahead. And I would look at the astrology and look at my chart and pull some tarots and try to peek around the corner of what was coming up for the week ahead. So that's what I'm going to do now for you. We're just going to tap into the energy of the week ahead. Astrologically speaking, we have some fantastic energy on tap. Jupiter has been moving into the sign of Gemini, where that planet will stay for the next year, really expanding wherever that is in your birth chart in wonderful ways. It is a benefic planet that rules Sagittarius. As you know, Saggies are the eternal optimist, the adventurer of the sign. So be ready for an expansive adventure in wherever Gemini is in your solar chart. In your natal chart, excuse me. As well, we've got this week a new moon in Gemini. And the schedule on my channel is that starting out, I'm going to do Sunday readings for what we can expect in the week ahead. And then I'm going to focus on breaking down new moon and full moon readings, coupled with some crystal and ritual recommendations. That's just what I'm being called to do. It's what I do personally. It's what I can probably best teach you. And then I'm dabbling with the idea of doing Friday readings for Thursday or Friday readings, maybe for what you can expect in the weekend energy ahead. But just know I'll be here every Sunday. I will also post in and around the new and full moon of every month. And since that date changes, I think what I'm going to try to do is pick days and see if we can't get something stabilized there. But if you subscribe to the channel, hint, hint, you will get those notifications. Obviously, hit the notification bell and do like this video. Encourage others to come check me out. Leave a comment below if you have any advice or encouragement. I would love to play. As they say, I am a Sagittarius sun, I'm an Aquarius rising, and a Virgo moon. So quite the interesting mix. And it is no secret that I'm starting today, and I'm probably just saying this part more to document it for myself. When spirit nudges you repeatedly with the same message, okay, embrace it. For me, that message has been something that I heard several months ago with a video by Bashar, excuse me. And Bashar is an energy that is channeled. And in essence, the message was, when you hold back your gifts from the universe, it's just a selfish way to live. It's not even about being small. It's not about you at all. It's not about you. It's about getting out of the way and fulfilling the obligation, not obligations, fulfilling the contracts the things that your soul signed up to do here in this lifetime. So, whatever your gift is, it doesn't have to be a spiritual gift. You're not asking to get up and preach to thousands. Your gift may be the gift of compassion. Your gift may be the gift of holding space for others. Your gift may be chocolate chip cookies that open the door for someone to share with you. Whatever it is. So that message came up, like I said, several months ago, and then it came up again in a webinar that I took. The astrology professor that was giving that talk actually commented about the same lecture, the Bashar lecture that I had listened to. And I knew that was a sign from spirit. And again, I just resisted. I knew what I was being called to do, but it came up again today. It came up again today from my personal astrologer, that same message. And for me, I know that message is that I have gifts where I'm tapped into spirit. I am clairaudient. I am clairsentient. I've done the work in the past several years to move out of that corporate life, give up that monkey mind, tap into my intuition, tap into my gifts, actually practice the things to develop those skills. We all have them, right? You can do it too. So in any event, starting today, sharing my gifts. And I'm sorry that I've been selfish. I know that probably sounds ridiculous. Gosh, it sounds a bit ridiculous coming out of my damn mouth. But okay, word to the wise. This channel is called Salty Mama for a reason. You will hear cuss words, as you just did. And if you're sensitive to that, I'm probably not the tarot reader for you. But if you don't mind, then there you have it. We will start off small. Excuse me, let me clear my throat. Okay, so for the week ahead, all right, wait, let me get the rest of the housekeeping matters out of the way. I'm probably a little nervous and jabbering at this point, but yes, you can book a personal reading with me. There is a link in the description box below. I've been giving personal readings, one-on-one readings for several years now. And if I'm being honest with you, I've been doing it since I was a teenager, right? Back when it wasn't cool, or it kind of was cool with my friends, but not with our parents or anyone else. And if you've known me for a long time, boy, you've always heard me talk about the movement of energy, the astrological bodies, and which ones are moving and who's at play. And let me give you a dose of your horoscope. So, not that anybody needs to be certified to do any of these things. You don't. But I did go through that process with a YouTube creator here. And, it was a pretty arduous process, and did readings for her community. And once that was completed and met those certain standards, she placed a number of us trusted souls on her website to offer readings. And that was a huge boost to my confidence. And through that whole process, she just kept encouraging all of us, do your own thing, get your own channel, get out there and do it. Well, let me just say that doing one-on-one readings is one thing. Doing a collective reading like this is totally different. Totally different. I felt myself kind of overwhelmed by the energy of the collective and the massiveness of sometimes what those messages were that were coming through. But I've just been getting so many downloads about them lately. I'm going to do another video here in a minute for shits and giggles is what it's going to be called. So you'll want to check that out. I'm not going to say much here because it will hijack the whole damn reading. But the thought came to me and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. But anyway, I had that same thought when I met my husband. And I knew we were going to have a baby. But I was like, you lost your mind, spirit. But it was true. It was true. And that's a story for another day. Okay, so back to the collective reading, the Sunday scaries. I developed my intuition, walked away from my corporate job. But every Sunday, like I said, what was coming up the next week, I would want to know. So let's tap right back into that energy. What do you need to know for the week ahead? We were tapping into the astrology. We got talking about the Sagittarius, blah, blah, blah. Off she went. The new moon is going to happen on Thursday of this week. That is a new moon in Gemini. That is a lovely new energy where you will fall in love with yourself. It's an opportunity to fall in love with yourself. I will take a deep dive. I will put out videos this week regarding that new moon energy for each of the signs. Stay tuned for that. The word of caution with the astrology this week is that Black Moon Lilith will cross over the galactic center this week. That means you will face old fears, karma coming up again about stepping into the soul contracts and agreements you made when you came into being, right? What you be is what comes, right? You are divine consciousness incarnated, and you came here to do certain things, certain missions. Like I said earlier, maybe it's just baking the best cookies, holding space for someone to share with you, sharing a smile, kind word, compassion. You have gifts you are not sharing. You need to start today. Okay, enough of that. Here comes the reading. We're going to get some oracle cards from the Mystical Wisdom deck to start with. And they are moving forward, getting ready for positive change. Hala frickin' Mia. Look at her crown chakra. Lit up. Lots of downloads this week. Lots of opportunities for downloads. I love this polar bear energy because I feel like in the northern hemisphere, we are certainly headed into summertime, but that strong polar bear energy just gliding across the water, such a strong creature, so gentle. Getting ready for positive change. It doesn't have to be chaotic. Change does not have to be chaotic. It doesn't have to be scary. It can be smooth and you can glide like ice. That's definitely what I feel here. Cool as a cucumber. Yes, ma'am. And underneath, epiphany. Seek clarity. Okay, listen, tomorrow, the astrology of tomorrow, Monday, June the 3rd. I think a lot of people are going to be having some epiphanies. That Gemini energy. Some of them will be uncomfortable for sure. But I'm seeing here, down here on the bottom of this card, this peacock energy. Can you see those peacock feathers? Now notice it's not a full display. I feel like this is something sprouting. So a little tidbit about me, whenever there are peacock feathers that come out in a reading, that is my grandmother, Inez Marguerite. And this is likely a message from your ancestors. This could be an epiphany about a family matter that is transformational. We've got the butterfly here as well. So be on the lookout for that this week. Wow. Since it's underneath the deck, you may not see this coming. So good thing we're taking a sneak peek now. We'll see what the cards have to say, if it can give us any more ideas to what that epiphany is going to be this week. I think I will use the Barbara Moore deck. Lovely, comforting deck. One of the first when I first started watching MJ over at Soulful Revolution, she used this deck a lot. And if you took any of her classes, she offered a spiritual business course kind of mentoring class. And Um, her tarot class, this was one of the decks that she offered. I love it because the imagery is very straightforward. I think it's easy for the beginner to kind of pick up on. Likely, if you're drawn to, I feel like similar to MJ, the people that are going to be drawn here are spiritual teachers and gurus and guides themselves. But there will be a lot of onboarding of new people. And I know that's where I kind of come into play. So we're going to use this deck that I think is very simple for anybody to understand. So I'm going to lay out the cards for the week and then we'll kind of talk about them. Wow, King of Wands showing up with King of Wands this week, ready to take action. I love that. Clarified by the Page of Swords. The Epiphany is very strong this week. Very, very strong. Opportunity. Temperance. Sagittarius energy. Archangel here. Balance and guidance. That's awesome energy, especially if we're going to have an epiphany this week. And we are, the light shining through. Again, the crown chakra powerfully lit up. And as soon as I said that, I looked down and look at the sparkle above the lion's head here. I wondered just then if this wasn't hearkening forward to Lion's Gate, the powerfulness of what's going to take place over the course of this summer. So this epiphany is kicking off a completely new opportunity for you to totally transform yourself. The page, this is you. This may be an opportunity for love, new creative endeavors. We shall see. But whatever it is, you're going to glide through it smoothly. I love that. Okay. I'm going to lay out the rest of these cards and then we'll talk about them real quick. I love it. Ooh, Tower energy. Okay. All right. Outcome, King of Pentacles underneath the Fool. Oh, yes. Well, if you are watching the spiritual view, then you know that a couple of weeks ago, we did a deep dive on this card here. We all pulled our favorite versions of the Fool card. We did deep dive into all of the symbolism and imagery in the Fool cards. We all also shared personal stories about how, when spirit calls to you and you take the leap of faith, how rewarding that is and how that changes over the lifetime, right? The chances you take at one stage in your life are different than the chances and opportunities that show up at other stages in your life. So here we are. We're going to start a brand new cycle this week where we are being asked to have an open heart, open mind, let go of anything heavy that's weighing us down. I mean, his little sack there is so light. Also, within that sack is everything he needs for this journey. Talk about just taking a carry on. And he looks as if he's about to topple right over the edge of that cliff, but he knows he will be, or that step is the way he needs to go. He's got a faithful companion there with him, ready for fun and adventure. So that is the energy underneath that you may not see coming. Now, at the root of the energy this week, we have the Death card. This is symbolic generally in nature, but given that there is an epiphany, this is something that needs to happen. This epiphany is going to completely transform. It may be a family secret that's coming out. I say that specifically because we've got in the past, this Six of Cups. This is childhood, inner child energy sometimes, but I feel like at the root of the matter, at the root of this epiphany happening this week, is this energy. Something in our past that we thought was a certain way turned out to be a complete and utter untruth, perhaps. Um, I will share with you that what this brought up for me was personally when I found out at the age of 50 that my biological father was not who I thought he was, right? Wow. Whoa. And that blows up. So, in addition to your energy coming in as the King of Wands, you're also showing up as Tower energy. This epiphany is pretty earth shattering to you. It's big news. The energy around you that you may not be aware of are battle tested wounds. There has been some real perseverance that has taken place. This is some kind of this is a long pattern with somebody, some way of thinking. This is not some way of thinking. This is absolutely, as I said, ancestral patterns. Most definitely. And they're getting busted up this week. They're getting busted up because you've taken some kind of action. You have actually manifested it. Yeah. What crowns this week is you have called it in. Yeah. You've long wanted to leave behind a life you were born to and step into the life you were born to live. Remember what I said about sharing your gifts. Your soul calls forward for you. You're just catching up with your physical body. Okay. When people say you're born and you don't get a roadmap, that's not exactly true. All right. I have found that you do get a roadmap. In fact, you get several, one of which is your birth chart. Another wonderful roadmap is tarot. And when you're tapped in, you can pull those messages forward. So you are ready to move forward. You are ready for this. So don't be afraid. We've got a wonderful outcome, and we're getting to that in a minute. But just know that it is going to hurt. There's nothing about this that is not going to be painful. I mean, it's already painful, but you've got to let go of this codependency. Okay? And I say that because in the hopes and dreams, hopes and fears, you're calling in new love. You're calling in new love right now with this new moon in Gemini, falling in love with yourself so that you can open yourself to the summer of love. We will get into that further, but this is the beginning of that season and you know it. And as I mentioned, I thought that 8/8, August 8th portal in Leo time was going to be very important. And here we have the archangels showing up again with that lion being illuminated, this Kundalini energy balanced once again, rising up. What I love about this energy, what I always have noticed in this card, let me put it this way, is the handshake. I don't know why, probably because that corporate business of me, however you shake a hand always meant something. Like, was it a firm grip? Was it weak? Was it, anyway, it, those subtle nuancy things, I think, spoke to people. And here I always noticed in this card that although she doesn't have an upper hand, she has a slightly more her grip is slightly, ever so slightly more on top of his hand, which always said to me that this is a time when the divine feminine power was gently leading. And I see that again right now. I think that is really going to be um, really a theme over the next couple of months. I'm going to take one more quick drink. Here's our outcome. King of Pentacles. This is lovely Taurian energy. As you can tell with the, excuse me, the bull behind there. This is the outcome. So we are calling in a grounded, secure, thoughtful love partner, an equal match, where we have the passion and energy and action that is grounded. Wow. But the transformation has to take place first. I'm going to ask about this Six of Cups. That's in the distant past. I'm sorry, in the not so distant past. In the distant past, at rooted, is the death energy. So this has been needing to change for a long time. I don't get the sense that this is somebody coming back to you. I get the sense that this is, yeah, this epiphany is something recently came up in a family situation or a situation with somebody you've known for a long time. This could be integration with you and your inner child. Absolutely could be that as well. Let's get some clarification on that. Tell me more about this Six of Cups in the not so distant past. Anything else we need to know? That card's trying to pop out. I should have grabbed it. Well, if it's meant to come out, it will. That's how this works. I think that's too many. No, it's not. We're going to take it. Nine of Swords. Oh, this is perfect number of cards. So, something that recently has kept you up at night. Feeling like getting stabbed in the heart. Look just on the headboard of that bed. It's as if a raven has been pierced directly in the heart. Swords they can be words, but they're often thoughts, right? Mindsets. It's a fast moving energy. Good. Moving on to Ace of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. So if it caused you some sleepless nights, it didn't, not for long. You saw it pretty clearly. I really feel like this could have also been like a physical purge at night. May have happened for some of you recently. Wow, I'm sorry. But it's freed you up. It is freeing you up. You've called it in. Go from the Two of Wands to Ace of Wands. It's going to take some work. You reap what you sow. And you still have work to do with the Seven of Pentacles. That's a-okay. You've got a nice, strong partner coming in. Male or female, doesn't matter. These energies are interchangeable. And it's going to lead to wish fulfillment. Hallelujah. So the world needs you. It needs your gifts, your unique, special sauce. Whatever it is this week, I want you to step into it and know that you are divinely guided in that. You really are. Okay, what else for the week ahead? I'm going to go ahead and pull a Eternal Crystal card. And I'm going to do a sweary affirmation card. And then I think we'll close it out for the day. come back on Tuesday of this week, which will be June the 4th. And I will have, let me take that one. Ooh. I will have for you the new moon readings for each of the signs. All right, here we go. We're going to get 2 crystals for this week. Oh, Jade. Oh, good luck. This is the universe kissing me. Listen, I want to share this with you, collective, but I also feel like this is meant for me as well. This is a 21 card, the heart chakra. Look at that, Jade. Good luck. And the other card that came out is, this is one of my favorite colors. I don't quite know how to pronounce the crystal, but we're going to give it a shot. It's dioptase, Dioptase. And it says direction, heart chakra. It's a 15 card. Look at that color. One of my very favorite colors for sure. I think I want to read, let's read Jade, 21. Let's read them both. Oh, isn't that interesting? I grabbed Moonology. All right, I thought about pulling a Moonology card. So I'm not going to read these because we can intuit from them. The universe is sending us this wonderful, again, this feels like Taurus energy to me. We are getting guidance and direction from the heart chakra this week. These are both heart chakras, right? We're being guided and asked to move forward. In the direction of our heart, as always, in the direction of our heart. Mm-hmm. And good luck is on our side. How could it not be? Look, you got me. I'm a Sag. Jupiter's on the move. Woohoo! It is a good luck week. I will say that. These first 2 weeks of June are just flicking fantastic. So, okay, gosh, we're just going to go a little bit longer, and I'm happy about that. But let's pull a Moonology card. Obviously, Moonology wants to come out to play, and we will play. I have no trouble there. We will do more in-depth new moon readings. As I mentioned, I'll put those on the channel. I'll post as many as I can on Tuesday, and whatever I don't get done, the rest I will post on Wednesday, so you'll have them in advance of the new moon. But I feel like I can get them all done. What else? Well, I'll pull a sweary affirmation card, as we said, but the Moonology deck wants to come out today and say, you and your loved ones are safe. Okay, you're going to want to go check out my For Shits and Giggles reading. And not that it applies really to safety, but it's just one of those things. It's one of these more in the news, pop culture kind of ideas that came to me. But in the meantime, Spirit wants you to know that you and your loved ones are safe. This is new moon in Cancer energy. I love that. So one cycle ahead, Spirit is already ahead of you, laying the groundwork. As always, that's exactly what I feel there. Spirit is always one step ahead of us, sending us love and protecting us and those that we love. Oh, I feel and receive that, Spirit. Absolutely, I do. That gave me chills. Okay, one little sweary affirmation, and then we are done with this reading. I will look forward to seeing everybody back here later this week for your new moon readings. In the meantime, you can find me over at The Spiritual View. I don't know that I need to remind you, but I'm going to remind you, subscribe here, please. Click that like button, leave me a comment. Those are the best ways you can help interact with this channel. The algorithm will send me out to other like-minded people who are a little sweet, a little soulful, and a little salty, okay? All right, here we go. Sweary affirmation for the first reading for my Salty Mama Soul Tribe. What do they need to know for the week ahead? All right, that's the one. Positive vibes only. Fuck negativity. Woo, woo. You heard it here first. All right, go fall in love with yourself this week. Keep manifesting big, and I will see everybody back here for those new moon readings later this week. Bye-bye for now.